Good morning, everyone. It looks like my camera still needs a coffee. Yeah, welcome to this live stream. It's going to be a special day. Pi Network finally gets listed. 1 second, I'll have to bash some sense into that camera. And let's just set the focus manually and then, seems about right. Okay. And then, yeah, before we start, as always, you know it, the usual disclaimer: everything that I share in this live stream / video is my personal opinion, in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions, and make your own decisions. I swear to God, I'm sure I'm mumbling that already in my sleep. That said, welcome everyone. Welcome Sham. Greetings to Barbados. For you, it should be the middle of the night or not. Greetings to Graz. Yeah, as a Kärntner, I don't hold it against you. Yeah, that you are in the Steiermark. But yeah, welcome. Great to have you here. And yeah, welcome Tadvidas. I probably pronounced it wrong. Hi Akashi. Hi Andre. Hi Sweetie. Yeah. Hi Promise Samson. Hi Clark. Hi Marek. Hi, yeah, Sham we already had. Hi Atuwanke Josef. Hi Vladimir Petrovsky. Dobre utra, Vladimir. Hi Damian. Hi King. Yeah, we're gonna spend an hour doing that. Yeah. So hi everyone. I'm fully unprepared. That's why we are live half an hour before the exchange listing to actually get things in order. First of all, I already shared. I actually need to open the stream up, or at least the control center on the other screen. 1 second, so that I can also pin things. Yeah. So just a moment. Then I will, for now, where is it? For now, pin the link to the list, to the post on Reddit that contains the list of exchanges. There we go. So replace pinned message. Yeah. So there we go. So if you're curious which exchanges are listing Pi, that's where you have to go. And we're actually going to start there. So switch here, hide the message from the overlay. Yeah. So this wonderful post is being updated as we speak. And thanks again to Chromatics for providing that list. Yeah, I'm actually wondering how many upvotes does that post have, or not that many. There is one more. Yeah, so I have a bunch of exchange accounts. I'm not sure which one is supported. Theoretically, OKX is listing. You can store in your OKX wallet. Yeah, so. But European Union, UK, and so on are restricted. Okay, so OKX is not an option. Although on OKX, no, that's Gate.io. On OKX are actually there. I cannot find the Pi pair as well. But anyone that's not in a restricted country, you'll have to scroll down. Yeah, should be able to sign up at OKX if they wanted to. So deposits have already been working for some time, but as I said, only for regions that are supported. Yeah. For Binance, that's maybe one of the things. So you can vote here. If you have a Binance account with at least $5, you can submit your vote till the 27th. So for another week to vote yes. So Binance may or may not list Pi, which would obviously be a huge step because, yeah, Binance is by far the biggest exchange on the planet by trading volume. Yeah, then we have Max Open, where we yesterday already had the pre-market trading, and there, not sure if we can filter min value, let's say min value 300, or let's say min value 100. There were a few orders, as you can see. Oh no, that's the order value. That doesn't help me. Can I, what filter? Oh no, not order range, but price range, min price 100. So you can see the highest order was actually 1 Pi sold for $688. Now that was 1 Pi, and you can see there's then another one for $100, $200. So there were a few, but they were all single transactions. Yeah, so 1 Pi for a higher value. Yeah, in the pre-market. Whereas if we reset the filters, you can see and confirm, you can see that the majority were obviously in a lower range. somewhere between, I would say, $1.50 and $4. That was what happened yesterday in the MEXC pre-market. Yeah. Now, do we already find a Pi trading pair here? No. Also load more. No. Spot peak. No. Okay, it's gonna be. So on Gate.io, we can see the order book. There, obviously, the price that's listed or the sell orders that are listed are for far lower prices. You can see that it's like basically 10 cents, 8 cents, 4 cents, but it's also small amounts. Yeah. Although if those people would know about the orders that happened here, they probably would quickly hurry to update their orders. Yeah. There was an update by, I think, which exchange was it that I saw yesterday? 1 second. Yeah, so early mornings are really hard. So, but we still have some time. So, yeah, so that was the highest order that we already covered, 688. So Pi Core Team BitGet. Yeah, so BitGet support Pi Network. They published something. Okay. Related articles. How can I transfer? Where can I buy? How much is Pi? They have a lot of Pi articles. Okay, so, but they shared a post yesterday. I'm just not sure what's the most efficient way to find it. Do I have a BitGet account by chance? Probably not. Or no, BitPay I have. Yeah, so it's something else. Where is that? I would like to see if anybody knows so BitGet support article. Let's see if we can just get there. So if we just go to support/articles, because that was about the question that Japati the Great is asking. Of course, support article doesn't get us anything. Let's check maybe on their Twitter. So Twitter BitGet. Maybe they also shared it there. Okay. Some airdrops, how to participate. No, I don't care about the airdrops. No, it should be from yesterday. So yeah, that pretty much hits the nail on the head. Yeah. So I'm trying to find the article. If anyone has it, feel free to share the link to that article. Okay, so get some bonus, get this, get that. So, but that's already too long ago, I guess. So BitGet, more details. Pi settlement asset, USDT, blah, blah, blah. Every 8 hours settlement. Okay, also no. So I really want to find the article that is basically here. So that requested them to restrict certain users. Yeah, we already talked about the Binance vote, so we don't need that anymore. And that's pretty much all I've bookmarked. Yeah. Let's go it the other way. So it's a long list of exchanges, which also makes it harder. So let's just go from number 1. So who mentioned it first? Up. So Sun Crypto should work for India, but not for Europe or the EU. So if you're in India, Sun Crypto should work. FMC Pay should work for the EU. I don't know that one. Yeah. So there are just so many crypto exchanges, and you obviously ideally want to be on the biggest one that's available to you, just to have like, yeah, I'm not gonna sign up for that one. So AltPay, it's just a wallet. Roku app should be for EU and South Africa. Celia Finance, Nigeria. Onos, not for the US, not for the UK, but Europe might work. Ucoin, not US, not UK. So technically Onus might, oh no, their UK is not supported, but what did we say? BitGet.
Yeah, one of the users on Discord shared, because a lot of people.
Ah, yeah, true. One of our Discord users mentioned that bitget.com. But they actually, no, they are the ones that, again, early mornings are horrible for me. Sorry for that, guys. We still have 20 minutes. BitGet is actually the one that shared that there will be restrictions on deposits and trading. Yeah. So, although one of our users shared that they were able to deposit. Yeah. And I don't have a BitGet account, and like, do I want to create one? Actually, honestly, not, because it's then just another account I have to keep track of. Okay, that says opening soon. So I'm gonna bring those exchange windows to the side for now, the ones where we have, there we have an order book, trading page. So Gate.io is said should work for US people. There we also have a countdown on the Gate.io page. So we still have 18 minutes before it starts there. Max doesn't have the pre-trading anymore, and I cannot find, that's not Pi, that's, oh no, that's actually Pi. Okay, so yeah, so I don't want notification, thank you very much. So that's probably where we want to follow the most, because they have an account, and depending on how things go, I might move a little bit of money. But again, I'm going to move those all into the side right now. So we have Max, where we have where we have trading charts. So let's search this differently. If I search for United Kingdom, yeah, and we take the list from the top, then OKX not supported, BitGet pair not found, but theoretically UK should work there unless yesterday's update. Countries that can't register, UK, yeah, so yeah. Would be nice if the list would be the other way around. Okay, which country or which exchange supports UK? So technically, if we approach this the other way around, so technically as said, so Sun Crypto, no EU. FMC Pay theoretically should work for EU, although I'm not sure if EU means the European Union alone or the EEA countries or whichever combination, yeah. Roku app might work. Again, the link to this post is pinned in the chat, so you can go there and then follow the links to the separate announcement and check out the different exchanges that fit for your country. Whereas UK not mentioned, CoinX might work. So since UK is not listed here as restricted, Weeks, whatever that is, also not listed. So maybe, yeah, their UK is restricted. Not only the weather sucks in UK, apparently, yeah. DigiFinex, so that one might work. So it's apparently a number 22 exchange on the ranking by probably volume or whichever criteria. Gate.io does not, also doesn't support. I thought Gate.io is for the US. Now I'm really getting confused here, yeah. I'll have to try to catch up with the chat in a minute or so. MEX, no UK. That's a bummer, like especially the US part. So BitGet theoretically supports UK, but again, we don't know the content of this post that was shared. So if UK is among the restricted countries there, Binance not relevant because they have the vote that people have to vote at. Pionex will not have deposits or withdrawals, but only spot trading, which is ridiculous, which means they're still then just trading IOU. But that might actually be for the US. So although without deposits, you can just buy and sell on the platform, you cannot really do anything with it. Yeah, so that doesn't help anyone.
Mr. Flaw also said that he deposited on BitGet in UK account.
I think with BitGet there was something that I read. I saw you. I also thank you very much. So Mr. Flow, fellow YouTuber, shared that he deposited and also shared it here. Is he also in the chat? Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, I was reading through the list. So like, okay, so there's a lot of good mornings and good mornings and good mornings in the chat. So OKX is listing Pi, but it might not show up for every country. So yeah, okay. New sub OKX stuck at $2. What about UK? Yeah, honestly, so you can just best I can do right now is like I can tell you like check out the link that is pinned and then look for whichever exchange there apparently supports your country. According to Mr. Flow, as said, BitGet deposit for Pi works. So although it might also be different, you have to consider, Flow, if they only yesterday announced that there will be restrictions. So that's from yesterday, 11 a.m. UTC. I cannot find that specific article, but then maybe you were able to deposit, but maybe you will not be able to trade. Yeah. So that would be one thing to consider. Yeah. But yeah, he as a UK user, or technically at least former UK user. So I guess your account was created when you were still living in UK. Yeah. And if you haven't updated it yet, then they probably still treat you like a UK user, but you can probably provide feedback. Yeah. $2, that is starting price on OKX. Do I have OKX? OKX, OKX, we don't have a chart. Yeah, because there I don't see it. Yeah. I don't think the price is yet decided on OKX. Yeah. So that goes back here because they obviously have their, what was it called, on-chain auction or something like that. So where for the first hour people can submit their price, and then based on all the submitted orders, it will calculate what would be the price that would fulfill most of the orders. Yeah. But if we look at the MEXC trading from yesterday, so the pre-market trading that they had with limited volume there, the price was also between $1.50 and $4 for most orders, with a few spikes, the highest one going to 1 Pi sold for 688. Yeah. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think government control is not bad, or regulation. So things have to be regulated. Otherwise, you just have more and more scams. I actually feel there should be a little bit more regulation. Yeah. Simply like, for example, so that if somebody launches a coin, let's call it Trump, and then rug pulls the coin, that person actually faces consequences. Yeah. Could also be an Ivana or whatever coin or something like that. Yeah. So I feel like there should be consequences, and that requires regulation. Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess it's not the day to talk about that, and you can have a different opinion on that. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. Yes. Call auction price. So yeah, I don't see Pi on OKX because with my account it's not available, which means unfortunately I don't see their call auction result. I mean, we can check again. So OKX and then their OKX.com trade spot Pi. Oh, there it is actually. Okay, there we have a fourth exchange to watch. Okay, it says indicative opening price. That might still change. So, and you can see that with that price, that many orders or that volume would be happening, whereas there are still that many orders or that much crypto volume that would not be matched. Yeah. So if we look at the order book and we switch here to 001, you can see that there are orders that are higher. Unfortunately, we cannot go further up to see higher ones, and there are going to be orders that are lower, and the same for the buy side. There is actually a decent amount of volume, considering that that's going to be an important factor today. There are only right now, as you can see, 120, 140, 150, 157. So let's say 160 million Pi that are on exchange accounts. OKX having the biggest one with around 100 million. Yeah. But you can see that that there are basically the buy orders here are 100,000. That's amount in Pi, not in dollars. Yeah. So 100,000, yeah, 200, a million. So just that alone is like 3 million Pi already on initial buy orders. So ideally, obviously, just because somebody moved their Pi to the exchange doesn't necessarily mean that they will want to sell. Maybe they just wanted to try if it's real, blah, blah, blah. And ideally, there are more buy orders than sell orders, which would mean it doesn't matter what the opening price is, because after that, the price would slowly increase. Yeah. Now, trying to catch up with the chat for the last 9 minutes. Can you get Pi in the Pi app on your phone? It's not getting in from my phone. No, I don't think the mining has stopped. I think with the exchange launch, the servers are going to be overwhelmed, because there are going to be, I don't know how many thousands of people that will now try to last minute, yeah, like kind of like get into their wallet and see where they can deposit their coins or so. Yeah. So I think it might just be a performance issue. Yeah. Also, I forgot to enable Let's View, so I cannot share my phone screen right now. If it gets if there's a point to share my phone screen, I will deal with enabling that. Yeah. I've recently downloaded BitGet. Yes, they supported Pi. Okay. So yeah, but yesterday they made an announcement. So Senyo, yesterday there was an announcement that they so like that we shared earlier. 1 second, that was back here. As requested by the Pi Network team, users from certain countries and regions will not be able to deposit or trade Pi tokens. Yeah. So even if you see the pair there, it's possible that you could not deposit or trade, or yeah. So hold on to your precious Pi. You won't be able to mine that much Pi in your whole life. Yeah. I think, you know, like it all comes down to your specific situation. You know, if you, let's say you are living in a country where your monthly salary is $200 or $300, and maybe your rent is due or something else, or maybe your washing machine broke and you need a new one or something like that. And suddenly you see that if you sell whatever, 1 Pi, 10 Pi, 100 Pi, 1000 Pi, all of the Pi you have would solve that problem for you. So it's easier said than done to hold to your Pi, because you always have to consider the individual situation. Yeah. There is a saying along the lines of money begets money. So if you have money, it's easier to make more money. And one of the reasons for that is simply because you will not be forced to make bad deals when something happens, you know, and you will be advantaged, you will be in the situation to take advantage of bad deals. Yeah. If you're already sitting on a pile of money and you're sure that Pi should be valued at whatever, $2,000, for example, well, then you can just easily jump in and buy up a lot of Pi for $2, because it doesn't hurt you. Even if you're wrong, you just use a little bit of your wealth. Yeah. And if you're right, you just again got even richer. Yeah. Whereas if you are living paycheck to paycheck, and you have some Pi or you have some Bitcoin or whatever, and you see it reaches a certain price, selling it suddenly has a noticeable impact on your life. And as such, while people might easily say then, oh, you're such an idiot, you should have held, you shouldn't have sold, and so on. Yeah, each person has their own circumstances. So I don't fault people, or I don't judge people if they were to sell. Also, you need trading volume. So if nobody is selling, then nobody can buy. That also wouldn't help. You need a certain amount of trading volume to have a fluid price that doesn't just jump by the hundreds every 5 minutes. So like yesterday's pre-market trading in quotes on MEXC, where the average price was probably around $2, but then you had single orders for $100, $200, $688. Yeah. And that is because of low volume. The more volume you have, the more stable the price development will be. Yeah. So yeah, so that's that. BitGet is valid. You can stake your Pi. I think that was BitGet. We covered it yesterday during Comment Chaos Live. Okay, it will be impossible to follow up with the chat here. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
One question is, what will happen with those who haven't done KYC?
Yeah, so no, it will actually be easy. I was actually scared. Welcome everyone. I've never had more than 2,000 viewers on this stream, or even close to 2,000 viewers. So it's quite shocking to see that number. Yeah, glad that you made it here. Unfortunately, the restriction here is that in order to chat, you have to be a subscriber for 1 day. So hit the subscribe button. I will, once I'm caught up with the message check if I can at least temporarily remove that restriction so that all of you can share your thoughts as well. But I will only do that for as long as the chat stays civilized. If there are any kind of spam, scam, insults or so, the restriction would come back instantly, yeah? But anyway, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss out future streams and videos, yeah? And I'll work my way through the rest of the chat that I can see, and then we'll see if I can get that restriction out, at least as long as everyone is civilized, yeah? Mr. Anderson, I live in Germany, deposit on BitGet and OKX both function. That's interesting because I also live in Germany and I cannot see Pi on OKX and I don't have a BitGet account, yeah? So, yeah, so there seems to be, although I'm an Austrian national, so maybe they don't go by country of residency, but country of passport, so who knows, yeah? Is Pi listing at Sun Crypto according to the post that we have on Reddit? Yes, so there it was at the bottom somewhere from what I recall, Sun Crypto, but they don't have the currency pair announced yet, so they plan the listing. We can check the post on X, yeah, so soon, so they might not be listing today and whatnot, so but they at least announced the listing, yeah, so that's one thing. BitGet doesn't work for UK anymore. Okay, what is your prediction? I don't have a prediction. Any value. If it launches at $2, I'm fine. If it launches at 2 cents, I'm fine. If it launches at $2,000, I'm gonna have a heart attack live on stream. So really, I don't have any prediction because I believe if it launches too high, more people will be tempted to sell and we will see a curve that goes down. And too high is subjective. For you, too high might be $5. For somebody else, too high might be $10,000. Yeah. So with too high, I don't mean a specific value. I mean subjectively, if it launches too high, more people will sell and we might see a small plummet, which might discourage people. If it launches too low, more people might be incentivized to buy and we get slowly a curve up. Yeah, so I rather have a low launch and then see it go up than have a higher launch that then where people then get panic. Oh my God, I need to cash out because I could get $2,000 that I don't know I could use to repair my car or some shit like that. So I rather see a lower launch price where then people are, oh, for that price I'm actually going to buy for $50 or for $100, and then they slowly drive up the price. And yeah. I tried sending 10 Pi to BitGet. My account is on UK. Fingers crossed it's correct. Yeah. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hello, good morning. You're welcome. Now it's me. And suddenly my chat jumped. Okay, where was I? God, stupid YouTube. 10 minutes ago. Okay. How did that jump suddenly so far? Mr. Flo is here. Okay. I think no, I missed some chat. Yeah, so 2 more hours launch. No, launch is in 2 minutes actually. Yeah, so I'm trying to catch up. BitGet works. I deposited 1,000 Pi. Should we sell for auction? If you're on BitGet, you could obviously submit your order, but be aware that in the last 5 minutes you cannot change your order. So I would, if the current opening price would be $2, whatever order you submit should have a price higher than $2 to ideally maybe change the opening price a little, but it's completely up to you. It's your Pi. The app is crashing, we can't get in. Yeah, what happens? Actually, yeah, I see mine also says retry later. So yeah, but you anyway need the Pi browser, not the Pi app if you want to send something. So what happens with us who do not have KYZ? You'll just have to complete your KYZ, and once you pass it, eventually you'll get your coins migrated, and then you can participate in the trading like everything else, like everyone else. It's like the same thing. What happens to people that just joined today, that download the app today? They will need to complete 30 mining sessions, then they can complete KYZ, and then they will eventually get coins migrated. So you're just a little late, but this is one important thing. I know it's 50 seconds, but still one very important thing. If you joined 6 years ago, or if you joined today, you are still early. There is 8 billion people on this planet that do not have a Pi account. Yeah. And now with Pi being listed, you will have an easier time than ever to invite people because you can tell them it is already listed. It already has a value. It doesn't matter if that value is 1 cent or $1,000, because then people can join now and actually, party starts by the way, join now and actually get their share of Pi. And if it's listed for 1 cent, then just remind people that many serious promising projects started with ridiculous low values and then within a couple of years had thousands of % increase. So even if you're just joining today, you actually still are among the first, because there's 8 billion people on this planet. Yeah. Yeah, I already streamed the chart. So we can see, by the way, the launch here on, where are we? OKX, yeah, is actually at around $2. It spiked up a little bit. If we go to the 1 second chart, we can see that it's relatively stable around the $2 range right now. Yeah. On Gate.io, it's trading at 270, 280. It will take some trading volume and a little bit of time, and then all exchanges will work pretty much on the same value. If we go to a 1 minute chart here, we still only have the first candle. So, but we can see there's some volume moving. Yeah, so that's already nice. On BitGet, it actually is trading the lowest. Interesting. So they have like apparently some sell amount. It went to 350 here and is now at 160. So we basically have between, I have to refresh the window so the title starts to show the price as well. And will not make it full screen, but manually adjust it. So the title still is visible in the stream, so you can keep track, and that I will just minimize. You can keep track, so you can see now OKX around 150, Gate.io 240, BitGet around 160, Max around yeah, still they're like behind. They're the Internet Explorer of exchanges apparently. Yeah.
4 seconds. They show 2 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the chat till this point, and I'm actually going to see if I can edit the settings of the stream to enable the comments. Yeah, so bear with me. Yeah, I'm gonna try to refresh this one more time. And Max is doing nothing. Yeah, okay, so they are now theoretically open, but probably because they didn't get their wallet, nobody deposited or so. That's a bummer. So they had the pre-market trading and now nobody trades. Okay, or it's some bug. Yeah. So here we see, unfortunately, on BitGet a little bit of a plummet. So from 350 to 70, but you can see the huge difference. But you can also see that right now it trends down a little bit. Yeah. So I don't know why the title is not updating anymore, because here we also went from $3 to around 140, 150. And here we have, unfortunately, we're going to have to switch on a 1 minute chart here, also a short initial decline. Yeah. Now that is, I wouldn't call it a dump, to be honest, BD. Yeah. But that is to be expected, that there will be people initially selling. And the question is like just where the buy orders are hitting them. Obviously, the people that want to buy and are willing to buy, they also have to see, okay, there are sell orders, which means they will then submit lower buy orders. So there will be some variance today. The big question will obviously be where we end up at the end of today, and how brutal the swings are going to be. Pity for whoever guy bought 600 or bought one Pi for $688 yesterday. Yeah, because obviously he could have gotten them cheaper today. And again, I'm gonna dive into the settings of the stream and see, okay, can I set this? Okay, I'm gonna make this a fair game. You have to be a subscriber to the channel for 5 minutes to be able to participate in the chat. Yeah, so smash that subscribe button. And yeah, why did I do what?
No, I think it's the guy who
yeah, so yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. No, but yeah, why did, I don't know, like, I mean, people not paying attention what they entered. Maybe he wanted to buy a 688 Pi for $1 and mixed up the fields, who knows, yeah. Can I arrange that so we can keep track of multiple at once? Let's see, 1 second, if we, oh, come on, Windows, I hate Windows. Can we please, pretty please? There, number 1. And scroll down a little bit so we have at least, now come on. And then I'm gonna move that over real quick. So then number 2 and scroll, okay. I might have to zoom out a little bit. I don't need the advanced tools. Can you just hide them for me, please? Okay, we cannot watch all 4, so but we can do this and we can do this, and then we at least have 2 exchanges. And can I, there's no arrangements, okay, and the other 2 will just bring in here and asset on. That's the biggest bummer. So although there are trading volumes, it's just now the chart is just not working. So maybe it's my ad blocker that interferes with the script, because we can see trading volume here as well at around $2. So do they just have disabled the ad blocker?
So did you find something for the US or not?
Not specifically. You can just, as I said, check the pinned comment, and then the list of exchanges there. I originally thought Gate.io works in the US, but apparently it doesn't. Maybe if you have a past account, it does or so. Yeah, so MEXC, God, is that annoying interface. Can I close that or move that away or? Yeah, so on MEXC, the interface is absolutely horrible. Seriously, can I just 5-minute chart? Like I'm getting seizures looking at this, yeah. So can I? Okay, so now we just have a chart. Now, if we could only format it properly, trading view, yeah, and don't jump. Okay, so you can see huge swings here. Can we also get that chart full screen? Oh, not full screen. Full screen is too much, but then, yeah, can I get rid of the order book maybe? Is that possible? I can move it. Can I? Okay. Well, thank you very much for that crappy interface. Okay, let's move the order book here to the side and then move this one. Can I? God, is that all? Yeah, I cannot scale that to the side. So very useful. Okay. And then here, can I move the order book? No, that's full screen. We don't want full screen. Okay, that's as good as it gets here, and here it's also as good as it gets. Okay, so we're gonna watch the market. So we saw a plump even below $1 here. Here we still stayed above $1, but then we now also see a small recovery. I would not be surprised if we get another small wave down. So if it's basically, so for those of you that watch my Popular Investor channel, you should know that I'm using Elliott wave principle, and their corrective patterns always come in waves of threes. I mean, in a new asset, that might not apply 100%, but it usually would play out as A, B, and C. Yeah, so we would get another wave down here, and then we would go further up potentially. Yeah, but again, that's just like what I'm used to seeing on the chart. From investing in stocks and stuff like that, yeah. Also, short heads up, I might have to get up for a minute because we have some handyman coming today, so that might actually already be them, or it's our cleaning lady visiting or so. But yeah, so trying to catch up with the chat. God, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So is there a way to sell on US? We covered that, so please check the pinned link and see which exchange there is available to you and which of them manage US. Yeah, I'm sorry for the US users. I'm not in the US, therefore I cannot even try, so I can only point you towards the informations that other provided. Yeah, I will sell in $10. Yeah, so fingers crossed. If we go up to 10, it would already be a decent start. But I would actually prefer. I'm honestly considering we launched between 150 and 350. If we stay in the area above 1 or even slightly below 1 for the first day, that would be quite okay, because we would have established a decent value. I mean, look at how many coins are out there that are worth 0.00 something, and it would still be cheap enough to allow people to say, okay, I'm going to buy for $50, I'm going to buy for $100. Whereas if it reaches $10, then people are going to be, why would I buy 10 Pi for $100? So it's like, the higher the value goes at launch, the more likely that more users will be, oh, I will cash out for that. And harder it will be for other people to be, oh, I want to jump on the train. Yeah. So I feel like it's really not a bad launch. That's also why throughout all my live streams, I always mention, first of all, I don't have a specific price expectation. And second of all, it's better to not anchor yourself on one specific price to avoid being disappointed. Because now imagine everyone that was running around and screamed like global consensus value $314,000 per Pi, how they are feeling right now. Yeah, they're gonna be if I sold you my iPhone and you paid me in Pi and we agreed that you pay me based on $300,000 per Pi, and now I see that I basically sold you my iPhone for 30 cents or so, I would obviously feel like a moron. So yeah, that's why yeah, like that is important. Yeah, to not have price anchoring, and don't look just at today's rate, but look at the future. The most important thing is not necessarily what the opening price is or was today, in my opinion, but it's how the price develops today. If we, of course, there's some volatility in the beginning, that's perfectly normal, yeah, because the market is trying to find a price. If we now reach a relatively stable level, it would obviously be a good sign for the future because we found a solid foundation to start from, yeah. So yeah, if you haven't coins migrated, then you cannot move them. You need to get them migrated first. So you just have to be patient, like millions of other users. It wasn't high yesterday. What was trading till yesterday were the IOUs. Yeah, so that's a different topic. You can actually check out. 1 second, I'm gonna share a link with you guys. So that should be the playlist. Yeah, so all my videos about Pi Network. There's also a video in there that covers the IOUs and what that meant and so on. Yeah, we'll sell if it goes to 10. Marko Miklic, welcome. One more random channel. How many coins have you guys managed to mine, and for how long have you been mining? I'm in it since the beginning, mostly, and I have mined 2,600 or so, and whatever I'll get from my referrals, yeah, but nobody knows that. So if all my referrals would become active today again and complete KYZ in the really, really best case scenario, and that's never gonna happen, yeah, so because I have 27,000 inactive referrals, if all of them were to, as said, get online and complete KYZ before the 28th of February, so before the end of the grace period, I could theoretically get 4 million or 4.4 million Pi, but that will never happen. And since more than 90% of my referrals are not active and so on, I probably will get, I don't know, like, so optimistically, maybe 100,000 Pi, realistically, more like 25 to 50,000. Sorry, Enduro, no idea, also keine Ahnung. Ich sehe Pi auf OKX ja auch nicht. Wobei, ja, ich kann ja empfehlen, MEXC, die sollten immer noch für Deutsche offen sein. Also ich habe einen Account dort. Yeah, so for everybody in Germany, if you OKX seems to be not list or not tradable there, or deposits are not available for people from Germany, but MEXC works. So just sign up for that exchange if you can. And yeah, the US part, we already patiently waiting for Binance. Yeah, I shared earlier, and yeah, probably cannot find it right now again. But if you have a Binance account, then check Binance Square. There is a vote going on for another 7 days where you can vote if Pi should be listed. It would obviously be a huge thing if it gets listed on Binance. You need $5 worth of balance in your Binance account. So if you have a Binance account and you can see the poll on Binance Square, consider moving $5 there from some other wallet or depositing $5 from your credit card or whatever, so you can vote, because obviously Binance as the biggest exchange by trading volume would be a huge thing for Pi. What's the real price of Pi, please? You see it developing in real time right now, anywhere between 120, 150, 150, 120. Yeah, so somewhere, let's say 140 in the middle. The message might have been earlier already. Oh, come on, that stupid chat just loaded 100 messages. Okay, where was I? There, okay. Best price is on Max. Yeah, well, right now not. Right now Gate.io has a slightly higher rate. One more random channel. Oh yeah, that's Irina answering. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the full screen button doesn't. I would like to actually show all 4 exchanges at once. Yeah. So, but doesn't work like this. Okay, Rina answered, I will sell. Yeah, you keep saying that. Yeah. Please, it's nice if you have interaction in the chat, but please stop sharing the same message every 5 seconds. It makes it harder for me to catch up with the chat, and it just annoys other people if they read it over and over and over again. Yeah, so please refrain from doing that. Binance we just covered. Yeah. Is the handyman here? Okay, guys, I'll have to leave you for 5 minutes. Please be civil, yeah, and be right back. Dankeschön, Marco. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao. I'm sorry. Sorry guys, back again. So had some handyman here. So I'm gonna try to catch up with everything. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Probably the chat's gonna jump a million messages at once. Yeah. If you subscribe for 5 minutes, you can happily participate in the conversation. Price seems to move relatively stably sidewards between 130 and 170. Actually, let me know. I'm gonna start a poll. Yeah, start a poll. Dancing class. How we're gonna phrase that? There, start a poll. And now the page is okay. There is a poll. So tell me, are you happy about the launching price or not? And again, I'm just gonna pick random messages in the chat because I don't know how to keep track of everything otherwise. Yeah, just sold all my Pi in New York. Yeah, but where? Which exchange? So and
yeah, a lot of people asking about the US.
Yeah, so crying. Yeah, no, I had a handyman in the house to deal with automated shutters and stuff. Yeah, and I just couldn't arrange that appointment differently, so had to get up for a minute. We might close above $10 today. That's an ambitious thought because that would mean from right now, like what, 900% increase. Not saying that it's impossible. I mean, the big question is now finally which exchange supports the US. Again, I don't know the answer to that with 100% certainty. You can check out the link in the pinned message that lists all the exchanges that mentioned that they will list Pi, and then you can check which ones of those you can sign up for, and then you'll see. But if there is an exchange in the US available, then I think today in the afternoon, when the US is awake in quotes, we would see some extra movement. Yeah. The price is a very good price considering the fact that Pi has only been listed in a few crypto platforms. I'm sure it will go higher if it gets listed out of any others and in Binance too, of course. Yeah, again, don't forget if you have a Binance account, make sure $5 balancer in there and then check Binance Square and vote there for the Pi listing. I sold 50% of my Pi at 150, now waiting for more value. That's definitely not a bad approach to say, okay, make a little bit of money for your time invested and keep the rest for later to see if you can make more. Never forget, nobody ever went broke taking profits. So selling everything might prove to be the right thing if you manage to sell at 350 and now it just goes sideways and down for months, years, or whatever. Yeah, then obviously you're gonna feel like the king. If you sold everything at 350 and then later in the afternoon we're at 5, you're gonna feel like an idiot. So nobody knows for sure. Time will tell. How much Pi you have? Okay, that was not for me. You might regret it later on. Exactly. Yeah. So it might turn out to be the right move. Might turn out to be that you regret it. Either way, I mean.
Somebody said that Pionix works on the US.
Pionix, yeah, I think we saw that earlier, yeah. So people who sell Pi now will regret. Yeah, I mean, again, you shouldn't judge people. Some people might just have different circumstances. If you don't have money, maybe your rent is due, maybe your car broke down and you need money or so. So there are plenty of situations where it makes sense or where people just don't have a choice in quotes. It's the only way for them to quickly make some money or so. But yeah, so chart is very bullish. I mean, it's definitely a good start. We had the initial volatility. There was a little bit of then finding the balance in the middle. Yeah, like here we can see steadily sideways. We're around 140 around. So we seem to happen to yeah, like center in at around 140, which is already, yeah, like not a bad price. Can we see the volume stats somewhere for that? I mean, if I go daily here, so no volume, only open, high, low. Oh no, volume at the bottom, but it doesn't show. I need to, God, it's so annoying. Maximize pain, no, doesn't help. Maximize pain, volume, 13 million coins traded so far. Oops, yeah, so on MEXC alone, do we have a volume candle here? Yes, we have volume, so daily candle. 10 million traded here, so definitely not that bad. Yeah, and circling back, 1 minute chart, circling back, 1 minute chart, and then here daily chart, 15 million traded on BitGet, and circling back again, 1 minute chart. Whoop, oh, come on. And on OKX, we have, again, daily chart, we have 26 million traded. So pretty much, as we mentioned, there's 120 million, 130 million in exchange wallets. And pretty much half of that roughly already traded. So 20 million and another 30, so 50 million already traded. And the price is relatively stable. So I would call it also a good start. Yeah. This is a good starting price, very optimistic. 58% say it's that they are happy with the listing.
What exchanges are working for Austria?
I honestly don't know. MEXC should work. There I can see it, so I could theoretically trade it. Yeah. So Pi is listed greater, Pi to the moon, lengthy. Damn, I have a lengthy and apologetic email to send to my boss. Yeah. So you're already quitting in advance. Yeah. Made my day. I'm telling you the truth, those who sell their Pi now will regret this, buying time, not selling time. Yeah, it really depends, you know, like, I mean, obviously everybody wants to see a higher value, but you see, it's kind of like it's a mixed thought, because you think Pi will reach a higher value. Maybe you think it will be, let's say, $100, yeah? Because you think at $100, you're going to be a millionaire, and then which means you're going to sell at $100, yeah? But so you see the flaw in there. The assumption, okay, don't sell because it's worth more, but you already probably have some price where you would be willing to cash out because it makes you a millionaire or it buys you your dream car or something like that. Yeah. So don't judge people for selling. Either they will be proven right for cashing out, or they will be proven wrong. Again, some people are in situations where they have to sell. Additionally, if nobody would sell, there would be no trading, there would be no price, there would be no nothing. So there has to be some people that are selling. Yeah. Of course, maybe people will regret it. Maybe people will be happy. I'm not going to sell anything. Also a good choice. But I mean, it really depends, you know, if you don't need the money right now and you're fine, so it really makes no difference if you have an extra $100 or $200 in your pocket, then why sell? Yeah. Although you could say, okay, I cash out $100 to compensate for the whatever 1 year, 2 years, 6 years of spending a minute to press a button. Yeah. Or you don't, yeah. But if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you need to pay your bills, you need to buy food, you need to, I don't know, keep the lights on or so. Then selling half of it, maybe even all of it, because you're really that desperate. I mean, it doesn't make you a bad person, yeah. So like, just do what you feel is right. And if you can, however, I personally, again, it's just my opinion, I personally would try to not sell more than half, so not from my balance, but if I would be in the shoes of other people and I would need the money, I would still try to maximum sell half, so that I have a little bit of money to get breathing room now, but I have more still left that ideally lock it up for another year or so you don't get tempted. Yeah. I've just logged in. Has Pi got a price now? Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, I'm like catching up the price. Again, more chat message flying in. God, it's like impossible. Yeah, thank you for doing such a good job. If somebody keeps sharing spam, just ban them. Yeah.
Not spam, just same message.
Yeah, so same thing. If do not spam the same message, it will just earn you a ban on the channel. Yeah, so because we have better things to do than to try to delete 50 times the same message. Yeah. It's impossible to keep up with the chat here. Yeah. So, I'm gonna circle down. I can sell all for 4K now. I have 2,000, but I won't, because I know it's going to be a big dump at the beginning. Is a lot of people that are selling broke want to right away make profit. Yeah. So as said, that's that's one right look at it. Yeah. The other right way would be to say, okay, I could sell 2,880, but I don't know, like let's do some math real quick. Yeah, so calculator. So let's say it takes you 90 seconds every day to push the button, and that's times 365 days times 6 years, yeah, divided by 60. So we're talking about 3,282 minutes divided by 60. So we're talking about 54 hours that you spend, and that's considering 1.5 minutes every day to push the button. Usually it takes less than 1.5 minutes, but then you also spend some time to reading up or to do KYC. So I think that's a fair value. Yeah. Now, if you earn $15 per hour, yeah, so that would be worth $820 of your salary. Yeah. So if you have 2,880 Pi right now, and you could actually, so 1 second, I'm going to copy that, 822. So right now Pi trades at around 150. So 808, no, what did we say? 820, yeah. So 821 divided by 150. So you could also sell theoretically, I mean, you do your thing, hold your Pi, but you could also say you sell 550 Pi. So you get 820, which means for all the effort of the last 6 years, you actually made $15 per hour that you spent, and you still have 2,300 something left. That you hold long term, yeah. So for future profit, if the project succeeds, I mean, it looks like we're now going further up, yeah. If the project really succeeds, you still have a huge portion and a huge amount that will be worth much more. If the project somehow fails in the near future, you cashed out and got compensated with $15 per hour for your time, yeah. I mean, again, I'm not advocating everybody make their own decision. I'm just sharing that there are different ways to look at things. So you can look at it. I'm completely gambling that it will be worth more in the future, or not gambling. I believe it will be worth more in the future. To I'm desperate. I need the money. To anywhere in between. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Again, reminder: don't forget hit the subscribe button. If you subscribed for 5 minutes, you're allowed to also overwhelm me with chat messages. Wall Street in a few hours. Yeah, pre-market in Wall Street actually already started, or should start in half an hour or so. Oh no, at 10 my time or 11 my time. Yeah, like 4 hours before. So 11 my time or 11:30, something like that. Yeah. So soonish Wall Street should open pre-market. Not sure if it will have any impact. I think the interesting part will be when the US wakes up, and then only if actually Pionex or any other exchange is working properly for US pioneers. Because obviously, so if people in the Philippines and Bangladesh and India and wherever where the average salary is lower, obviously, and I'm not judging here, just the facts, if you earn $300 per month, then being able to sell your 100 Pi for half a month's salary is obviously more tempting than if you're in the US and you walk away with $30,000, $40,000 per year, and you would only get like $2,000 for selling your Pi or $4,000 for selling your Pi. So in the US, or the US market opening and US people having the chance to buy and sell Pi coins should be interesting, because I think there are more people that have money that might be willing to also buy something. So US market open might actually lead to a price increase, yeah. And going up, I calculated with time spent to be 1 week, yeah. So yeah, like, I mean, what did we say? So $820 it was that we came up with. 820 divided by 15. So we said 54 hours, yeah, which is actually less than a week, yeah. So I obviously spend a lot more time because I produced a shitload of videos and all the live streams and email campaigns and this and that, yeah. How can I sell my Pi? I have it on Pi app. You need to complete your mainnet checklist, which includes completing KYC, then get it migrated to your wallet, and then from there you can move it to an exchange, yeah. The exchanges are blocked in India. Follow the pinned link, the link in the pinned message, and this one, yeah. So, and then read through the list of exchanges and then just try which one of those supports India. I don't know, I don't live in India, so I cannot answer that for you, unfortunately. Yeah, so most people have Pi locked, which is a good thing. But you know, it actually, people always say Pi is locked and when it unlocks, it will be a dump, but I disagree with that. We're gonna bring over another window real quick. If we look on the explorerpi.info, which is a visually nicer prepared version of the Pi stuff, and you look at the migration section, you can see that the unlocks happen gradually. Here, unlock frequency. You can see that in March, there's going to be 44 million Pi, yeah, which is not a lot because 1.something billion are already in circulation, yeah. And then you can see next month it's 90 million, also not a lot. There's going to be a month where it's more, where it's 200 million, but it gradually every month there is some unlock, yeah. So it's really not that bad. So it's gradually, if there is buy pressure, then yeah, there is just further development. Yeah, I just spotted a comment. I'm rarely ever saying this. Trevor Trails, you an idiot. Yeah. Yeah, my wife is chastising me for in quotes insulting people. But if you literally see a coin launch on an exchange that spent 6 years in development, came up with their custom decentralized KYZ solution, yeah, got venture capital funding from 3 different venture capital firms, and then you come and say it's a scam, despite not a single user here that now is trading or selling their Pi coins ever had to invest a single dollar, then you are nothing else but an idiot. Yeah, that's the simple truth to it. Yeah, maybe you are. So if you feel like you missed out, don't be. Don't feel like you missed out. There is so far 10 million or a little bit more than 10 million migrated users, and there is like 17 or 18 million that passed KYZ, which means there's 8 billion people left on the planet that you can tell today, hey, sign up for Pi Network, use my referral code, you get 1 Pi for free. That alone is worth $1.70. And then just push the button every day, complete the mainnet checklist, and in 2 to 6 months, you can then also cash out your Pi if you want to, or just hodl it longer. So it's never been easier to invite new people to the project and actually grow the impact the project has worldwide as well. So don't feel like you missed out. Don't be salty. Don't leave ridiculous messages like this when we're watching the exchange listing live. Yeah.
Can you clarify where people can see the price? Because a lot of them ask, they don't understand the chart.
Okay, so if you don't understand the chart, it's quite easy. Yeah, you can see the price in multiple spots. So we'll focus on the left window right now. Yeah. So the first one, you can see the latest price up here. You can see my cursor. So on the left top side where it's 171 right now. Yeah. Second of all, you can see the price development here, where the red one is the current price and the yellow, green, and blue one are moving averages. So the average price over the last 5, 10, 30, 60, something like that. But the current price is the now green one, yeah, and now red one. It's green when the price moves up, or now it's yellow, it doesn't matter, but pretty much the top value is the price. So we have bid and ask, yeah. You can also then below in the left corner here see the order book, where you also can see the 170 flashing. That's the latest order price. And everything above are people submitting orders to sell for those rates, and everything below are people submitting orders to buy, yeah. And on the other screen, you can see it up here. On the other half of the screen, you can see it up here. You can see it here on the chart, and again here below in that section. So that's showing you the current price. Now, all of that is a little bit confusing, but in a couple hours, maybe already, we'll check. Pi should also get the data from exchanges. Yeah, so you can see here on CoinMarketCap. So it's not as exciting to watch there. I'm sharing the link, but it's not as exciting to watch there, but you can follow the price along on CoinMarketCap as well, where you can see then the trading volume. We can see that on Gate.io, BitGet, and OKX so far 80, 90, 110 million changed owners or was traded. And that's actually everything that was for sale. Yeah. So remember, it was 130 in the beginning. Yeah. So we pretty much already saw every Pi that was in an exchange account at least being sold once. But yeah, so that's where you can follow the price. Currently, it would mean a market cap of 10 billion. That's actually now interesting. If we, that might, by the way, get updated. Yeah, the total supply is theoretically 5.9 billion, which is including the locked up. Actually, it's a little bit outdated, but it's relatively close to the current thing. If we go to rankings and we go by market cap, with 10 billion market cap, Pi would be anywhere here in the top 15 coins. Yeah, I guess right now, because it's just freshly listed and the market cap is not verified yet, it's not considered in the ranking yet, but it's gonna be in the next couple of days, I guess. Yeah, so multiple places where you can follow that. Pi is 180 now. Yeah, we're at 170, so we are actually slowly making our way up. I guess now we will go down a little bit again, so maybe here to 160, and then we get a further push. So I'm trying to apply the trading strategies that I use in managing our stock portfolio on the chart here. So could be completely wrong, yeah, but just to share what I think will happen. Went up 25% in a few minutes. The chat just jumped again. 218 was our launching price. It was different on different exchanges.
I just take 5 minutes with Birgit.
Yeah, hi Birgit.
Hi, hallo. Hi.
Wie geht's dir? Ja.
You?
Ja, auch. Bisschen beschäftigt. Trinkt mal später einen Kaffee?
Ja.
Ja, perfekt. So back again. So Birgit just arrived. Yeah, so she is like our, I don't know, one of our angels helping out around the house. Couldn't even sell if I wanted to Pi Network down. You don't need Pi Network. You just need the Pi browser, and then there unlock your wallet, and then you can transfer your coins. Yeah, the Pi Network app is not your wallet. When will Pi app will be up? I mean, be happy that it's down. It means that there's huge demand, yeah, that the servers are overwhelmed, and that means it's always a good sign, yeah. So mining since day one, that's nice. Wind up top 10, they might wind up in the top 10. It's going to be interesting to see, yeah. So I really, honestly, yeah, like, I mean, I did not have a specific expectation. Oh, that reminds me, now that I have 3,000 of you all here, I need you all to do me a big favor, yeah? And that is, you need to go to this link here, vote for Pi at Coinly, yeah? So I'm gonna share the link, and I really need you to do this. I will see how many of you do it, because it's really, it's a disgrace. There are millions of users, and there are only 48 votes for Pi being added at Coinly. Now, Coinly is not an exchange. Coinly is portfolio tracker that's also used to help with your crypto taxes. I covered it in one of my videos. I'm going to share the video. The video also, one second, what is Coinly? Yeah, what is Coinly? The video also contains a discount, or like basically my referral link that gives you a lifetime discount. Coinly itself is for free for up to 10,000 transactions. Yeah. And you only pay if you need it for your tax reports, basically, or if you keep track of more than 10,000 transactions. But this needs to go up, because the moment, even if you're not using Coinly, because the moment Coinly adds it to your roadmap, you see that usually things get added, if the page loads properly. Okay, now you did it, yeah. It's some SSL stuff here now on my end, yeah. But the moment they add it to their roadmap, yeah, the link to vote, I'm gonna, do I still have it? No, that's the link to the video. So I'm just gonna keep, yeah, so vote, one second, I'm gonna share it again, vote here, yeah. So the moment it gets added, everybody that's using Coinly will also see Pi Network, and it's really crucial for people that use Coinly in, for their crypto accounting, because, like one of the users asked, I cannot find the comment anymore, I'm sorry, but how about taxes? Yeah. So here, how is it about taxes in Germany? Yeah, if you sell, so there are two, so I'm not an accountant, again, do your own research, ask professionals, but obviously I've dealt with filing my taxes for crypto for the last couple of years in Germany. So you have the event where you get the coins, and then it's going to be a debate if it's technically mined or not. Yeah, it's not really mined. It's more like an airdrop. And then the moment you sell it, you basically, it's a taxable event. Yeah. And ideally you vote for the Coinly integration, like guys vote there. I see that there is 3,500 people watching, and we only got 5 or 10 votes extra. So go and vote. Yeah, like really, it takes 5 minutes, or not even that. You go there, you click on login, you select your Google or Facebook account, and you click on the up button. Yeah. And you really would do not only me a favor, but every single Pi Network user, even if they're not using Coinly, because again, once Coinly adds support, it will be another platform that will basically advertise Pi Network to its users. So yeah, and everybody that uses Coinly and needs to file their crypto taxes will actually have an easier way of filing it. And if you want to check out Coinly, you can check out the main channel page of my YouTube channel and scroll down, and then you will see my video about Coinly. There you can get my referral link, which will lock in a lifetime discount. So if you ever need their paid features, you will get 10 or 20% discount for life. Yeah. That's that. Now, but the most important part is vote, 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 vote. Yeah, like, I mean, we should at least see 500 votes here, even if more than half of you guys is, yeah, too busy, too lazy, whatever it is, but go vote there. It really makes a difference, and helps other pioneers as well. Yeah. I'm going to check back later, and I'm going to be disappointed if we don't reach the 500 here. Really, like, I've been praying. There are like 17 million KYZ users, and there's 76 votes now. Yeah, so what is Pi GCV? Yeah, like Oki said GCV, actually global consensus value was a joke. It was not a joke. It was something that people shared to take advantage of other people. So there was a certain group of people, and there still is, that right now looks probably like morons, and I've called them out, or I've mentioned that in my opinion, everybody is either delusional, stupid, or willfully trying to scam people in some way that believes in GCV. It was people that said Pi is valued at $314,000 per Pi. Yeah. Obviously, if I go to the next Lamborghini dealership and I tell them Pi is worth $314 and I want to buy a Lamborghini with Pi, it's in my favor because I would get one Lamborghini for one Pi or less than one Pi. Yeah? Obviously, it's not in the favor of the Lamborghini dealership when they don't figure out that they just sold me a Lamborghini for $1.70. Yeah. And oh, thanks for becoming a member, Katsuline. I really appreciate. Yeah. So thank you very much. It's not needed. You don't have to donate. You don't have to become a member or so. Yeah. But if you want to and you feel you want to show your gratitude in this way, I really appreciate it. Yeah. But don't feel forced. And so the global consensus value is basically something to like sell Pi merchandise to people, organize Pi events, and then maybe charge an entry fee and take advantage of vendors that are in quotes dumb enough or I don't know, like just dream hopeful enough to believe in the value to then basically buy the stuff from them for way less than it's actually worth. Yeah. So global consensus value, those people will now really all look like dicks, morons, and assholes like they deserve. Yeah. Why does OKX UK not have Pi available? Because UK is a very special country, apparently. I cannot tell you where you can trade it. You can just check the link that's in the pinned message. So the pinned one, I'm sorry, I'm gonna at least temporarily pin the vote message so you guys can vote. As said, I would really like to see 500 votes. For that, I need to switch computers because I cannot pin it here. So annoying. But right now, the linked message is still linking to the list of exchanges. So why now? Where did I share that now? Come on. Now the chat here takes forever to load. There. So I'm just gonna pin the vote message. So you can please, everyone. Yep. So now we have the new message pinned. So please go vote here. I would like to see at least 500 votes. So we're at 89. Come on, there's 3,500 people here. So go there, log in with Facebook or Google and press the button here. So Coinly add support for Pi, which will help every single pioneer that uses Coinly as portfolio tracker and every single pioneer that needs to file crypto taxes in their country. And even if you don't use Coinly, it will also get Pi Network basically exposure to all the other users of Coinly in the future. Yeah. Coinly page not loading. That's a good sign, I would say, but then please try later. Bookmark the link or so. Please. It would be nice. We have 100 votes. It would be nice to at least see it 500. I also you see that in the past, things that are in progress have 100, 200 votes. So there is one with 530, 540. Actually, let's set the goal 550 votes. That would make it the highest voted thing in the list and virtually guarantee that they will start looking into it. How do you vote? Click on the link that's in the pinned message, click on login, Facebook, Google account, or if you want to create an account with your email address, but that takes more. So email, password, confirming email. So Facebook or Google account, and then you just click on the up button here. Yeah. So, and with that, you have your vote, and only click once. If you click a second time, it removes the vote. So we really need to get this voted. It helps so many pioneers around the world. And with that, it also helps you. Yeah. Why is my KYC still stuck? I have a video about that. Oh, there's just so many links to share. Yeah. I'm going to keep the voted. Please don't spam the same message over and over again. So if you write it once, if you write it 3 times, I might see it, but it's unfair to every other person. Yeah. If I log one Pi for 3 years, how much will I get and how will I get? Yeah. You don't get anything. So there's no lockup in Pi Network. I'm actually going to, so to have a little bit of interaction in between, I'm going to set up Let's View. Just give me a second so I can share my phone screen. Although that's assuming that the Pi apps are working. Yeah. So, but I'm going to fire up Let's View anyway. So, might be dark for a moment when Let's View is starting. It usually turns off my screens for a second. Yeah, so that's what I meant. So there we are again. Now if I can share my phone screen, and then I will check if the Pi app works. Yeah. So when you lock up your coins, about the Pi app probably doesn't work as we figured out earlier, but when you lock up your coins, then you get a mining boost, which means you don't earn interest on the coins that you lock up. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna quit the app, start again. So you don't earn interest. If you lock up 1,000 coins, when the lockup is over, you don't suddenly have more coins. What you get is a mining boost, which means during the lockup period, every day you press the mining button, you get a little bit more extra Pi. Yeah, so that's how the lockup works. Yes, app doesn't seem to be working. So good sign. It means that there is demand. How do you transfer available balance? You don't. You have to wait for the team to trigger the next migration. You can change the lockup periods, not the old ones. Yeah, exactly. So as far as the lockup goes, when you don't have any coins migrated yet, then you basically have, you can only increase your lockup settings. So in the mainnet checklist, if you set it to 1 year, 100%, you could only increase it until you receive the first migration. And then you can set a new lockup period where I would recommend you pick 100% for 2 weeks, so that once the coins are migrated to your wallet, you unlock them after 2 weeks. Because it's important to understand the lockup doesn't start the moment you make the setting. It starts the moment the coins hit your wallet. Yeah. Now we see Pi went up to 180 and now we have a little bit of a decline. It looks more dramatic than it is. We basically, or here it actually reached $2, which is understandable because considering the price, there probably were a lot of people that set their orders to sell at $2. So we'll have a little bit of a decline, and now the interesting part will be to see if we'll go up from here again. Are you still optimist about Pi in the future? I would say I'm neither a pessimist nor an optimist. I understand that in order for Pi to succeed, it needs to have use cases, and the core team has done a great job to some extent, unlike other apps, to insist that there are mainnet-ready apps. Because think about it this way: if Pi would be an accepted form of payment on Amazon, yeah, I'm not saying that it will and whatnot, yeah, but if it would be an accepted form of payment on Amazon, then you would go and buy your new computer, your new TV, your new whatever on Amazon with it, yeah. And however, the Amazon or whichever vendor is selling through Amazon, they need to pay their suppliers in US dollars or in euro or whichever other country and currency they are using, yeah. Which means they would have to sell it on an exchange, which means there would be sell orders. So if nobody buys Pi, even if it would be an accepted form of payment on some service, it would not help the price to go up, but it would slowly decline. Yeah. So we need some kind of use case for Pi, and the core team has set the foundation for this so that developers around the world can develop different apps. I've shared it before. Imagine there would be something like Tinder, but within the Pi app, and you need a Pi account. And for your for sending more messages and for the premium packages, you have to pay with Pi. But unlike regular Tinder, it's a version that's specifically for crypto enthusiasts and nerds. Yeah, and so people would have a reason to buy Pi coins on the open market, so they can use that specific dating service that's for their specific, I don't know, group of people. Yeah. So there would suddenly be buy pressure, and the developers that run that platform and that receive those Pi would obviously sell some of it, yeah. Come está? Yeah, and would obviously sell some of it, but would also hodl some of it for longer, yeah, or maybe give something away, and there would obviously be Pi that basically is used in transaction fees and so on. But or if there would be a game like, let's say, Flappy Bird, which went super viral at some point, but you can only play it in the Pi browser, and you need a Pi account, and you have 3 lives per day, but if you want to buy more lives, you have to pay it with Pi. So that would create buy pressure. Yeah. So all of those, we need buy pressure. Yeah. For the project to really succeed long term. Yeah. Otherwise, it's pure speculation. Dominik, keine Ahnung, check den Link, der gerade nicht gepinnt ist. Ja. Ich teile den in 5 Minuten nochmal. Dann kannst du auf Reddit in dem Post nachsehen. MEXC sollte funktionieren. Die Exchange, ich habe einen Account dort. Ich bin eigentlich Österreicher, lebe halt nur in Deutschland mittlerweile. So, ja, die sollte für dich funktionieren. Ja, so sorry, just answering German questions for Austrians. There was something else. Hey chat, can someone help me please? I'm making the deposit on Bitcoin and showing successful deposit, but I'm not seeing the Pi coins on Bitcoin. Give it a couple minutes, and exchanges in general might take some time, but I don't have a BitGet account, but there's probably some section where you can see basically your different wallets, and you would need, in order to trade from your regular wallet in the BitGet account, move it to the spot balance for spot trading. So let's check the vote count. The pinned message again, I want to see 550 votes here. You guys are slacking. 3,000 people, more than 3,000 people are here, and there's not 500 among you that can take the 1 minute. It's actually less than 1 minute. Click the link in the pinned message, click on login, use your Facebook or Google account, and then click on that button here to add your vote. 550 votes by the end of the stream, and you would make me really, really happy. And every other user that uses Coinly, and actually every other pioneer. So like, don't hold back, go vote. Yeah, your vote counts. Tell us more about your trading skills, please. Yeah, I have a separate YouTube channel for that, for trading. So I'm actually not bad, so I'm not perfect, but I've had one losing year since 2020, and they are technically, I'm nitpicky here, but it's not a losing year in my opinion, because from the end of 2023 till the beginning of 2024, I somehow decided to trade the Nasdaq with 20 times leverage, which is more like playing bingo or flipping a coin than trading. But that was actually there. I only lost $4,000 in the whole period, which is impressive considering that I had single trades that the best trade was plus 20 something thousand. The worst trade was minus 12 or so. So that was really a very, very stressful period. Yeah. But if I exclude that period, I've been profitable since 2020. And my main portfolio back then was on eToro. And in the first year I made, from May 2020 till the end of the year, 29 point something percent. And then the year after that, 34, the year after that, over 40%. And then I said, like, last year, technically, thanks to the leverage trades. So in 2023, the leverage trades made me huge profits. And in 2024, I blew the money away with leverage trading. So 2024 is technically a losing year unless I completely ignore the leverage trading. So the 20 times leverage gambles. However, then last year in May, I stopped trading with leverage and I moved my portfolio to Interactive Broker. And from middle of May, when I started at Interactive Broker till the end of the year, I achieved 103 or 106%. This year so far, I'm at minus 15 or minus 20, but that's just based on one position that I keep holding and selling covered calls against. So, but for the end of the year, should still be fine. But either way, there is a separate YouTube channel. It's called Christian Rauchenwald, Popular Investor, and there I'm live every day. The markets are open. So like when the Nasdaq opens, I'm online for half an hour and share my portfolio and my predictions. So feel free to join. Pi is in an ascending channel, yes, but I believe so. I'm using the Elliott wave principle. That's the trading strategy that I'm following. You can find a link to it on the Christian Rauchenwald Popular Investor channel. And you can read the book online for free when you use that link as well. And based on that, I would expect that we get a free wave corrective move so that we get a little lower here and then we get a push further up, unless the free wave move is already happening here and then this will be the next push. But overall, I agree that we actually are on a nice trajectory. So we had a launching price, and from there had then a little bit of decline. Yeah, we are, I don't know, now cipher mismatch, screw you. So we had a little decline. Okay, for me, that page is not loading anymore. And which was to be expected, that there is some volatility in the first couple minutes. And from there, it looks like we're steadily making our way up. I saw that somebody else decided to become a member. I don't see who, unfortunately. I'll have to actually also, 1 second. So there's just so much to do. I need to turn on the headphones so I get the audio notifications. God, it's going to be a interesting day. Okay, now headphones connected. Yes, headphones connected. Then I now quickly need to just enable or disable their stupid auto timeout so they don't turn off again. So this way, whoever, can I highlight that? No, welcome to the chat. Ibrahim, thank you for becoming a member. It really means a lot that some people are showing their kind of support. So just disable that, okay? And then actually, okay, so for all your questions, I'm gonna do my best. So playlist, so all my videos about Pi Network. Yeah, so just a second. And then I have to switch to the other screen real quick because I can only pin it from here. So I'm going to update the pinned message now. I hope you guys all voted already on Coinly. And now if you go to that playlist, so because I saw a few things about passphrase and so on, yeah, then, and you scroll to the bottom, you will find videos that are, am I blind? So if you got scammed, so somebody cleaned out your wallet, go and check out this video. It explains what you have to do. It explains why you cannot recover your coins. It explains what you should do if you still have coins locked up. And basically that's the right video. If you forgot your passphrase, then there's a video that is literally, is it older or newer? There is one that's literally called forgot your passphrase. Am I blind? Yeah, lost your wallet passphrase. Yeah, so lost your Pi wallet passphrase. Here is what you need to do. Just check out that video. It's 5 minutes long. It explains what you have to do. Yeah. If you are stuck with KYZ, so if your KYZ is stuck, KYZ issues, yeah, why your account might be stuck and what you can do about it. The short answer is in most cases you can do nothing but wait. Yeah. If you cannot start KYZ but your account is already 30 days or older, then that's the right video for you. It explains what you have to do to become eligible to submit KYZ. If you want to know how to send coins, for example, to an exchange, that's the right video. And yeah, those are the most important. And I guess that's really the most important. Yeah. And yeah, so that's for the video part. Yeah. As far as the Coinly stuff goes, so if you couldn't open it, maybe later just Google for Coinly Pi Network and you will find the first search result is add support for Pi Network, and then go there and vote. We need more votes here, ideally 550. It doesn't take you a lot of time. Log in with Facebook or Google, press the vote button and you're done. If you're curious about Coinly, go to my main channel page. There's a video about it that explains what it does, what the free account can do, and also has a referral link that will permanently lock in. Okay, now if you spam the same message, I'm going to give you a timeout. I'm sure we have timeouts here, yeah. Hide user on this channel, put user in timeout. There we go, 5 minutes timeout for you. There we go, yeah. And I will not answer the message that you asked because you keep spamming the same message. If you keep doing that, next time I will just swing the ban hammer, yeah. I'm sorry, I know everybody thinks their question is the most important one, but it's hard to keep up with the chat. We have a lot of people here, and it's unfair to other people if you spam your same message over and over again to drown out other messages. I'll answer what I can and share what information I have the answer to, and I notice the questions, but if your questions get lost among the volume, then consider maybe joining in the afternoon for our Comment Chaos live stream, which happen Monday to Friday, so you can ask it there. Jump on our Discord server, ask it there in the Pi Network channel or so. There's a little bit less volume going on and so on, yeah. So, but I'm sure your question is not about life and death, so try to be considerate. Think of other people. Yeah, sure, if you ask some question, I don't answer it in 5 minutes, ask it again, but don't write the same message like 5 times in a row. Yeah. Is there a place where you can find consolidated information? Yes, CoinMarketCap is, yeah. So just go to CoinMarketCap. I mean, it's going to be a little bit delayed, but there search for Pi, recent searches for me, yeah. And when you scroll down, you see markets, and there you see the volume, and you see that we already have actually $180 million trading volume. And apparently there's also volume being reported from TNS procs or whatever, although that's like not so trustworthy information in quotes, yeah. And it's trading around $1.80. So CoinMarketCap is the place to go, yeah. When will I sell my Pi? I honestly don't know, yeah. To be fair, my Pi are locked till July. So I only have 2,200 Pi that are locked. So it's not like I could sell a huge amount or so. Obviously at the current value, so just out of curiosity, I'm bad with doing math in my head, but I have 2,200 locked up times 170. So that would be $3,740, yeah. Yeah, for that, I probably wouldn't sell. So if the price in July is still around this or so, I probably wouldn't sell. Maybe, to be honest, maybe I would sell like a small amount for like $500 or so to make a video about it, and also to just have the feeling that I cashed out something from pressing the button for 6 years, yeah. But so the $3,000 wouldn't change my life. So yes, I will update the Reddit link in a second. But you can also, if you just enter Google Reddit Pi Network Exchange or exchanges, you actually will find it as the first result on Google. Yeah, so that's or if you want to be more accurate, if you literally Google for Reddit Pi Network, here are the exchanges that listed Pi so far. That would be the first Google result, but I will update that. Yeah, you can also, for everybody that has questions about KYZ, you got scammed, you lost your passphrase, you can also just go to my channel, go to playlists, look for the Pi Network playlists. Yeah. Exchanges listing Pi Network. So we're going to update the pinned message again with this one that goes to the Reddit post. Replace pinned message. There we go. And how long does it take to receive Pi on Gate.io? I've sent it and didn't receive. I'm concerned now. I mean, you can check the block explorer. So you can visit blockexplorer.mindpi.com/mainnet and enter your wallet address. And I'm just going to pick any random wallet that has a transaction. And then if you go to payments, you would see if your transaction to Gate.io, and then you can click on the transaction and you would actually see that it's done. And then on Gate.io, it might still take some time. I've never used Gate.io myself, so I don't know how long they take to credit coins. But yeah, it might take a moment. So it's so cool. Honestly, I feel like I'm actually surprised that only 62% of people in the poll are happy with the launch price. I mean, we have a launch above $1. It stabilized around 150, and from there we actually had a steady climb to 2. Now we have a little bit of a corrective move, so there might be a little bit down to 150 maybe, and then from there we actually should technically get to see our next move up. Maybe this time breaking the $2 mark. So most of the US is still asleep. It's the middle of the night there. So once they wake up, it's going to be interesting to see how much money pours in. I don't see that. Wait, is it normal that you don't have to enter an address at max? What do you mean address? When you deposit, you obviously should have to enter an address. So 1 second. So am I blind? Wallets, no. Where are deposits here? Wallets, deposits. So if you go to deposit crypto, and then there should be Pi. Oh, Pi suspended. Pi deposits are suspended. That's interesting. And then Pi Network. Okay, then you can set a reminder. Okay, so that's a bummer. I don't know why, but yeah, there might be. Let's check there. Let's go back here and then close this. And then here, let's check Twitter Max. So maybe we see an update. I hate Twitter, but there's unfortunately no alternative to get quick updates. So there's only the yesterday's pre-marking post. So there's no info here about the suspension of the deposits. That's a valid point. Yeah, it could be that too many people are depositing, so they have a backlog. So just waiting on the rug at this point. I mean, I don't know why, because the core team also only has a certain percentage of coins unlocked, and they obviously would benefit way more. Imagine long term. I mean, it's going to be long term. When the full 100 billion are in circulation, 20 billion coins are what the core team has available. I mean, some of them is for them, some of them will be used in some way in the benefit of the project and so on. So they obviously are way better off if they just wait, yeah? Because you have to keep in mind the whole rug pull thing is the point is that now we had like close to 200 million trading volume. So if you were to try to sell 200 million Pi now, you would crash the price in minutes. So you would maybe be able to cash out, I don't know, 2, 3, 5, 10 million or so, which is probably not life-changing. Yeah. There was a question, what color will your Lambo get? Well, I'm gonna try to answer that one. I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. No, which way? This way? Yeah. It's like no. Wait. There. Yeah. You tell me. So really, no idea what Lambo. No idea what you're talking about. Yeah. So circling back.
Sorry,
Pi,
there was also a question about the taxes.
yeah, we covered it earlier, but I will address it again. Yeah. Pi Network. Yeah, so Pi Network's not working properly in Nepal today. It's not working anywhere. Actually, my app is right now up. Yeah, so I managed, but it's a good sign. It means there are a lot of people suddenly getting interested again in their app. So it's really a good sign. Yeah. Of course, it means the core team wasn't fully prepared for the load of users that now today storm the app again, but it actually is a good sign. Yeah. And yeah, so actually my app is working right now, but we don't need it right now because I already answered the things that I want to answer before. Now, yeah, if you have the link handy for Coinly, feel free to share it and pin it for a minute. So as far as taxes go, so when we moved to Germany in 2022, we had to start to declare our crypto in Germany. And we've been using Coinly for that. It's a portfolio tracker. There's a video on my channel. It's on this main page, new to this YouTube channel, the first video, best portfolio tracker. You can use it for free for up to 10,000 transactions or until you need the tax summary for your tax filings. Yeah. Yeah, well, it is what it is. You know, I mean, we are paying taxes, and for those taxes, you also have public health care, you have roads in great conditions. So you have a lot of things that other countries don't have. So there's like an up and down to everything. Yeah. But it sucks. I mean, yeah, like we currently pay around 4,000 euro per month in back taxes. So just to deal with taxes from former years.
I would say it sucks when it's unexpected.
Yeah, so it sucks when it's unexpected, but when you know it in advance, then you can plan for it. But so yeah, Coinly is available for free. Irina shared the link, and I might also pin it.
I can.
Okay. Then I can pin it from here. 1 second. No, that's for the voting. Yeah. So I actually thought you shared a link to Coinly. Yeah. So yeah. So when you use the link that Irina is going to share in a second, I'm going to pin it for a little bit. Coinly itself is free, but it has paid features. So if you exceed 10,000 transactions in your account, or if you actually want to use it to help with your crypto tax filings, then you need to pay a little bit depending on the number of transactions. And if you use the link that I'm going to share right now and pin, or that Irina shared and I'm going to pin, then you can create your free account and also lock in a lifetime discount. So if you ever need the paid features, you'll get a 10 or 20% discount. Yeah. And as far as taxes go, we have the vote that I reminded you guys earlier. So if you Google for Coinly Pi Network, you will find this ad support for Pi Network, and you have to go and vote there. Yeah. We already have a good number of votes, but to be safe, as you can see on the roadmap, with 130 votes, it's already likely that Coinly will add support to the roadmap, but the most requested vote that we can see has 544 votes. So go and vote. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't even need a Coinly account for that, because you can use your Facebook or Google account for that, to just add your vote here. And when Coinly adds support for Pi Network, you can just add your Pi Network wallet address in your Coinly account, and it will fetch all the transactions. It will fetch the market prices, and you will have your documents ready for your yearly tax declaration if you live in a country that requires taxes on crypto. Yeah. And yeah, that about that. So let's see what else we can cover. Can't find an exchange for the UK. I wish I could answer that one for you. Mr. Flo answered earlier that, which one? OKX, or which one did Mr. Flo say? I can check in WhatsApp. 1 second. Yeah. So he said.
No, BitGet.
BitGet. So Mr. Flo, he's a UK resident, or was. He moved away, but apparently his BitGet account is with the UK, and he says that deposits are possible, or were possible there. Maybe they disabled them. I said there was an announcement that they basically restricted some country. But yeah, BitGet does not work either. Okay, then I stand corrected. Yes, in Germany there are taxes on crypto. Yeah, so you have to report your crypto holdings and transactions. And again, I can only recommend using Coinly for that. If you already have a long history of crypto stuff, it might be an initial effort to get all your wallets imported, but then it's super easy. Just whatever, once per day, once per week, once per month, check Coinly, synchronize your wallets, check the transactions for that period just to make sure that everything got fetched properly. And then at the end of the year, if you have more than 10,000 transactions, then it will cost you like $200 to get your tax report. So if you're really, really active, if you only have like 30, 50 or 100 transactions, it's like, I don't know, $20, $30 per year to get your tax report that gives you the numbers that you fill into your Einkommensteuererklärung.
And another question is, aren't you tax-free in Germany for crypto if you keep them for 6 months?
No, 6 months, definitely not. There might be if it's longer than a year, but even so, you still would have to report your stuff. Yeah. So at the end of the day, if you live in a country that has taxes on crypto, just use something like Coinly. Again, you can use the pinned link to create your free account. And then you have nothing to worry about. The important thing, however, what I would like to mention, even if you live in a country that does not require taxes on crypto, you might still want to sign up for something like Coinly already and start keeping track. Because once they introduce a tax for crypto, you would have to also show, okay, which holdings do you have longer than a year, for example, if there's an exemption, which means it's then a pain in the ass to get started later when you already have a long history. Yeah? Would Pi be taxed in Germany if I've mined it since 6 years? Well, you didn't mine it. That's the important part. Pi is technically pre-mined and then airdropped to you because the coins already exist. And you, by pressing a button, you don't mine anything. It's just granting you coins, and you only get them with the migration. And the migration is, from my perspective, again, I'm not an accountant, but from my perspective, it's an airdrop. Yeah. So from the moment they hit your wallet, you report that you received them. And then when you sell them or trade them, or whenever they leave your wallet, you report at what value they left your wallet. And that's how it's then reported. Yeah. Again, if you vote at Coinly, for Coinly, so again, just use Google for Coinly Pi Network and find the add support for Pi Network request, vote there. And once Coinly has the integration ready, which for sure, if we get 500 votes, would happen before the end of the year. Steuererklärung, exactly. Einkommenssteuererklärung, yeah. Say it with me. And so when Coinly has the integration ready, you will just have to add your wallet and then review the transactions, and that will be it. Yeah. And you get then for a few dollars, you get everything prepared that you need for your Einkommenssteuererklärung, income tax declaration. Yeah. There was something else. Probably a lot of people that are trying to send coins right now. So patient is a virtue, or should be patient. If we check the Block Explorer, activity might be the right one. No, not activity, transactions. How much is the usual fee? Well, it depends on, it depends on, now let's say, God, I forgot, bid and ask. So how much other people are bidding and asking. So the spread will vary. The more transactions there are, the lower the spread gets. Yeah. So we actually want to see the block activity. Yes, I will explain the locking process. But first, Dominic is asking if I believe if Pi will be on Binance. Well, they have an official poll right now. If you have $5 in your Binance wallet, so if you have a Binance account, I would recommend you move $5 there or deposit. Then you can go to Binance Square, and then there you can vote if it should be listed. The last status was that around 86 or 90% are for the listing. So it's not guaranteed, but it might be listed. Lockup process. Okay, let's see if we can get that explained.
Someone even said that you don't need 5, or they were able to vote without the balance.
Okay, you get a timeout. 1 second. No, I already do it. So yeah. So please respect other users. Do not spam your message. It will just get you a timeout. Yes. Well done, Patrick O'Donnell, reminding people. And I will just ignore your message until you behave civilized. I'm sorry if I cannot answer your message because I might not see all of them. But then again, we have a Discord server. You can join in the afternoon for Comment Chaos Live and so on. So there's a lot of ways how you can ask them. As for the deposits not registering, exchanges might receive a lot of deposits. You can see that right now every single block has like close to 100 transactions, whereas yesterday in recent weeks every block had 1 or 2 transactions. So the exchange or the blockchain is starting to be used more. You can also see that there's a lot of capacity left. But as said, the transaction volume is increasing, so there might just be a backlog on the exchanges end, and patience is the key here. Now, for the lockup, let's see if I can actually open that up. Yeah, so if I can, I will share my phone screen. Okay, I can actually. So we'll share my phone screen for a second. So in your Pi Network app, when you go to mainnet menu, to the main menu, and then on mainnet, you'll see the screen, yeah? And there you have configuring lockup rate. Now you can see that right now I have my lockup completely disabled, but I would actually recommend 100% for 2 weeks, yeah? So I'm actually gonna save that. So this way you already, or if it will save right now, yeah? But this way, you already get a small mining boost, but the link to the Discord server should be in the description of the stream below. And if not, it's also on the main channel at the top somewhere. Yeah. So this way, you already get a small mining boost. And when your coins are migrated, it only takes 2 weeks for them to unlock. Yeah. The lockup works in this way. It says 32%. That's not interest. So if I lock up 1,000 coins, I don't get then 320 coins interest. This is only a boost for your mining rate. So on the main screen, where you see my overall complete mining rate says it's 29.64. And with the lockup active, greetings to the Netherlands, Steve, yeah. With the lockup active, basically I get a 36% boost.
People already shocked that we got 4 million.
Yeah, we talk about that in a second, yeah. So yeah, if the page is loaded. But so with the lockup active, I get a small boost of 36% on the base mining rate for as long as the lockup is active. Yeah. Now, when you set the lockup in the main app, before you get your first migration, you can only increase the value. You cannot decrease it. Yeah. By the migration, you have no idea when it happens. The core team controls that. Yeah, so it can be within a day, it can be within 6 months, it could maybe even take longer. So that's why basically, in my opinion, picking the 2-week 100% lockup is the best setting, especially because you then have the on-chain lockup. Once the coins are in your wallet, you can then just lock them up again for a longer period if you want to again get a mining percent boost. Yeah. Now, yeah, like that's a very important part. The number on top doesn't mean anything. I don't have 4 million Pi. Yeah? As you can see, you cannot see it, but I have 32,900 referrals. Yeah. So, and you can see that only 3,200 are active, which is 10%. Yeah. Which means at best, it gets even more complicated than that. But at best, I would get 10% of that balance. And I said it's more complicated than that because obviously 6 years ago, 5 years ago, the mining rate was much higher. And most of the inactive referrals are probably people that started 6 years, 5 years, 4 years ago and gave up or forgot about the app, which means it's not just, so even saying I will receive 10% of that balance is already a huge overestimation because it will most likely be much, much less. Yes, I will get a decent amount, yeah, maybe 100,000, maybe 50,000, maybe 200,000, but it's not 4 million. This is just a random number because it depends on how many of my 32,900 referrals passed KYZ, yeah? And then how much Pi did I get from each of those referrals that passed KYZ? Every single one that stopped using the app before passing KYZ, I will not get any Pi's that I earned as a bonus there. Now, if you feel like, yeah, exactly, I have 2,000 migrated, yeah? So if you feel like that's unfair, then I have to say it's not, because obviously I've been covering the project for 5 years or whatever. I've recorded more than 40 videos about the project. I'm literally now, instead of just watching the chart myself, having a now 2-hour, 3-hour live stream to answer your questions. So I put in a lot of effort, and as a result, I have a little bit more than others. Yeah. And however, don't get discouraged. Whatever number you see in the app up there, it's not what I get, it's not what I have, it's just what I could potentially have if all 32,900 pioneers now wake up and complete KYZ. Yeah. And I even helped every one of you, probably in some way, because maybe some of your referrals watched my videos to get answers to questions and are still around because I answered the questions that you didn't tell them, or I don't know. Yeah. So, but yeah, so it basically comes down to I put in a lot of effort, and as a result, I have more, or will have potentially more, than people that just push the button once per day, yeah, and didn't invite other users, yeah. A new blog post from Pi?
Yeah, Pi Network.
Ah, okay, sorry, I didn't hear you. So there is a new blog post.
Yeah, somebody in the chat mentioned.
Okay, Pi Network's Open Mainnet has launched. This means that external connectivity is now available for the Pi community around the world. Open Network has unlocked Pi thriving ecosystem, innovative applications, and extensive peer-to-peer network for integration with the broader blockchain world. Open Network was key to Pi's mission to create, okay, as discussed, today's launch marks a significant milestones. Yeah, so you're now allowed to basically do everything. A list of KYB verified businesses will be available on the webpage. So businesses can get their KYB verification, so they get an official business wallet here. Yeah, so integration with exchanges, blah, blah, blah. There's a video. Yeah, secure. Yeah, so exchanges also have to go through KYB. The requirements for businesses that are not relevant for most of you. The node release will happen, okay. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, like the link is probably also already shared in the Pi app if you can view it, but just to, you know, you can check it out there. Additionally, let's see if we can get the list of votes to load here. No, we cannot. Yeah, okay, then we'll circle back here. As said, price retraced a little bit to 150. I would expect from here to actually see it climbing slowly again. Let's try to address a few more questions. My coffee is empty, yeah? That's a little bit frustrating. By the way, for those of you that are asking if I'm selling, yeah, there you go. There, diamond hands, yeah. Diamond hands.
Do you want to talk?
Yes, please, if you could.
And yeah, people asking if or how they can unlock their locked.
Okay, we're going to talk about the lockup in a second again. First, Eric Asen is saying KYZ making this project difficult. I disagree. It also is the one thing that makes this project stand out from every other crypto project, because you know every single wallet you interact with has to have completed KYZ, which also makes Pi Network the one cryptocurrency that exchanges might happily list because they know the users already passed KYZ, and that countries might happily accept. Yeah. That KYZ means that exchange platforms has to adhere to Pi's terms. I'm not sure if it means that. It just means that the exchange has to prove that it's operating a legitimate business. So prove that it's registered in this and that country and that it has this and that certification for other countries and so on. But I'm sure Pi Network can also, or the core team can also set some rules based on that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can do, we covered it earlier. I know the stream is quite long, but whatever works for you. And as for the lockup, so a lockup is a lockup. So if you could just say, if you pick a 3-year lockup and then in 2 weeks you say, nah, I would like to sell, and you could just say, stop the lockup, then it wouldn't be a lockup. Yeah, I know that some of you might feel like FOMO, fear of missing out right now, for, oh my God, I could sell for $1,500 or depending how much you have. Yeah. I'm gonna mark that one to answer it in a second. So I know that some of you might be tempted and might be frustrated and how can I unlock? Yeah, well, you cannot. You picked the lockup. Maybe you didn't read carefully, but it still was you that pressed the button and says confirm lockup setting. Yeah, so
you cannot end the lockup. You have to wait until the lockup period is over. But look at the bright side. There are two things. First of all, if Pi succeeds, it will be worth more in a year, 2 or 3 than it is now. Yeah. Second of all, now with Pi Network having a value, it will be easier for you to invite more users, increase your mining rate, and earn even more Pi, because now you can literally say, hey, download that app, use my nickname as your referral, and you'll get 1.6, you get 1 Pi, which is $1.60 already as starting credit. Yeah. And it's easier than, oh, there's this project that eventually might be a real cryptocurrency. Yeah. So, yeah. Now to answer that, so all the scammers also have KYC? Yes and no, yeah, because there are other kind of scams. There would be, for example, in Europe, yeah. So people would make fake job posts or just reach out to random people on social media and say, hey, I'm running whatever, I'm selling tires online and I have a lot of orders from Germany, but I don't have a bank account in Germany. Could people use your bank account and you get to keep 10%. You just have to send me once per week my cut. Yeah. And then people in Germany would be like, oh, that sounds great. I don't have to work and I get a 10% cut. And then they get money on their bank account and then they believe everything is legit. So they withdraw 90% and then use crypto or Western Union to send it forward to the guy that asked them, could I use your bank account? Yeah. And then in a month or 2, the police knocks at the door and they have huge trouble because it was not some legitimate business that asked to use the bank account. It was, for example, scammers that hacked bank accounts and then just cleaned them out onto the poor victim's bank account, and the poor victim forwarded the money in an anonymous way, yeah, being happy that he can keep 10%, yeah. So the same applies here. So theoretically, scammers also passed KYC, but maybe 2 years ago, whatever, 1 year ago, half a year ago, they just texted some Pi Network user and said, hey, will you give me your email, your password, and your passphrase? I'll pay you $50, yeah. So, and then the scammers use that account, but even if the core team looks up the KYC information, it will be somebody completely different. Yeah. So theoretically, like if somebody were, hey, Christian, here's $1 million, will you give me your account? I mean, I will not do it, but you get the idea. It's only a matter of price. So if somebody would have said, so if you live in a country and your salary per month is $1,000 and somebody would have 2 years ago told you before you created your wallet, but you already passed KYC, hey, I give you $10,000 for your account. Yeah. And then they create a wallet with it. It used your KYC information and then they go happily scamming people. So theoretically, the core team knows the identity, but it might not be the right identity. That's the point. Yeah. Yeah, bot accounts. So basically, or fake IDs. Yeah. So if you yeah, like if you have I don't know, if you're a criminal especially organized criminal, you probably have access to fake IDs and you can just then, yes, it might be your real picture, but the name and everything else on it is wrong. Yeah. But there are many reasons why I would not have too much hope that scammers can be identified. Maybe some stupid scammers, but the ones that are doing it on big scale probably have either bought accounts or managed to get accounts through with fake IDs. Yeah. It's been going for an hour and a half and I am 2K up. So this is, did you sell and buy or buy and sell or whatever? So that's good for you. Great. Congratulations. I had 2,400 migrated and I covered, and I used 400 of those at a too low value, I have to say, of around 25 cents to make 2 videos that showed vendors that accepting Pi, and 2,200 are still locked up. They were with a 3-year lockup which expires now in July. And yeah, so that's what I have. And I have another 200 Pi that are transferable, yeah, in the app. And I have like 99% of my Pi, or 99.9% is unverified balance. And I will only get a very, very small part of that, yeah. Explore, please. So please don't write the same message over and over again. And secondly, I don't understand what you're trying to say here. Yeah. So, no, you cannot free a lockup because it's a lockup. It would not be a lockup. Like you picked a setting, I want to lock up my Pi coins, or you didn't read carefully and then you confirmed that you want to lock up more Pi coins. And then they are locked up. And if you could just say, no, I want to now have my coins, it would not be a lockup. That's not how it works. Don't get, thank you, sweetie. Don't feel impatient. Again, if the project really succeeds, the coins will be worth more in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years than they will be now. So you can see your lockup in the Pi wallet. So if you open the Pi browser, go to wallet, unlock your wallet, and then there is a lockup sections. There you see how many you have already locked up. And if you haven't received coins migrated yet, you can open the Pi Network app, go to mainnet, and then mainnet checklist, or just mainnet and then lockup settings. And there you can see what you have configured. Yeah. Okay. I cannot see my deposit on BitGet. I cannot help with that. You just have to wait. I think they will just be overwhelmed. I mean, we're talking about theoretically up to 10 million users or more that might today start to move their coins around. Does that work? Do we get that to load? Yeah. Again, keep voting for the Coinly thing. You can find it by Googling Coinly Pi Network and then just vote for the add support for Pi Network. We really would need to get to 500 votes here. Yeah. And for today, I guess we're gonna keep the stream up for another 20 minutes, and then it's 11 a.m. for me, and I really need to get some other things done. We have Comment Chaos Live in the afternoon, so you can enable notifications, subscribe, enable notifications, so you don't miss that stream. And there we probably will again cover Pi, since it's core project. I'm sorry to hear that. So if you couldn't find one that's working for the UK, best option then would be to, in quotes, just wait, unfortunately. What else do we have?
Has Pi disclosed the total supply?
Well, you can see the total supply. So the maximum supply is 100 billion, which is irrelevant because it's just a theoretical maximum that will take time to reach. And for the rest, you can just go to explorepi.info. And then there you can see there are 10,726,000 accounts for 10,705,000 pioneers. So some people have 2 wallets created. Yeah, there are 6.3 billion are theoretically circulating, which are migrated, and there are 200 million locked up on the on-chain lockup. And then there is the regular lockup on top of that, and there is a little bit more than 1 billion that is actually circulating. And you can also check the migration section here. And then when you scroll down, you see the future unlocks, how many people or how many wallets and what amount of Pi will unlock every month. And you can also see which lockup periods most people picked and so on. So just there, explorepi.info. And there you can see all that information. You can also see the live transactions and blocks being created and so on. So there is everything you need. Yeah. And let's check the trading volume one more time. So CoinMarketCap, and then there Pi. And so volume wise, we so far had 300 million in trading volume, quite impressive. Considering that if we explore Pi info, you can see that the exchanges only have 119 and 50, so 120, 170, 175 million Pi only got deposited on the exchanges so far, but we already have 300 million in volume, which means there are some people that maybe bought low and then sold for $2 and then bought again. So, which is a good sign because it means there is volume being moved. Yeah. So validators still unpaid. Yeah, just have patience. There are so many open things that the team still has to take care of. How much is Pi worth currently? You can see it $1.60 right now. It was at $2. It was at $1.50. It was below $1. It was at $3.50. Do you think Pi will hit $5 in the next years? It all comes down to the use cases. I said, if there would be, imagine there is something like Flappy Bird, so a game that goes super viral, everybody wants to play it, but you have to have a Pi account and you have to share or if you want to have more lives in the game, you have to spend Pi. Well, then suddenly there would be so many people that would be willing to buy Pi coins, or I don't know, I said a dating app specifically, so something like Tinder, but specifically for crypto enthusiasts and nerds, where if you want to have some premium package, you have to pay with Pi. Voila, the more use cases there are on the Pi ecosystem, the higher the value can go. Yeah. So other than that, even if you think about, even if Amazon were to accept Pi, if there's no discount for Pi, so you don't get anything cheaper, then why would you bother buying Pi coins when you can just pay directly with your credit card? Yeah. So there need to be use cases. The foundation is there. It all comes down to the community and developers around the world that decide to build integrations for Pi. Yeah. And also the core team with things like the Fireside Forum, what they do there, do they extend it in some way? What kind of traction does the platform get? And so on. So yeah, like the foundation is there. It depends. Yeah. And yeah, coffee for me. How can I buy Pi, more Pi? You need to sign up for one of the exchanges like MEXC. There, then you can either use your credit card or you can deposit other crypto that you can sell, or you can deposit USDT, and then you can look for Pi USDT, and there you can then basically buy it at the current market price or submit your limit order at which price you would like to buy. Binance has a vote going on. You need $5 in your Binance accounts, although some people reported that they were able to vote without. And then you need to check Binance Square, and there is a vote going on. You can vote with yes. Right now, 80 to 90% are for yes, and the vote goes for another week, and then after that we will see if they were listed or not. Yeah, so go and vote if you have a Binance account. Yeah. What will happen to those who lock up the Pi for 3 years? They will have to wait for 3 years for the Pi to unlock. And again, if the project doesn't fail, they will not regret it. If the project fails, well, then they might regret that they weren't able to sell now for 150. But since nobody, in quotes, invested money into Pi, but actually 99% of people invested time just pressing a button, it's not the end of the world if it were to fail. It would be a pity because of all the time spent, I get that, but it's not like other projects where you might have invested thousands and then the price just crashes. So, but yeah, like consider the lockup something positive because you're not tempted to sell, because if the project succeeds, it will be worth more in a couple of years. Yeah. Yeah, so you never should share your passphrase. Please check out, if you check out on the main channel, yeah, you can trade on MEXC, should work for Germany, but please check out the main channel. During yesterday's episode of Common Chaos Live, I again went through it at length, how to keep your passphrase secure, why you have to keep it secure, and so on. Yeah. If you don't pay attention, I mean, I feel sorry for everybody that lost their coins. Yeah. But if you don't read where it clearly tells you never share your passphrase, don't save it as a screenshot and so on, and then you go to some random site because for whatever reason and you enter it there, then it's your own fault. I know it sounds harsh, but that's what it comes down to. Be happy that it happened now and you only lost the first couple of coins. Follow the instructions, create a new wallet, update your mainnet checklist, and wait for your next migration. And hopefully you learned your lesson to never ever share your passphrase and to always store it securely. Again, if you want to know what that means, check out yesterday's episode of Common Chaos Live. Somewhere in the middle of that stream, we actually talk about it in every detail. Yeah, and oh God, losing my voice. If you
will people that have completed KYC but waiting for migration lose their unverified Pi on the 28th?
No. If you pass KYC, you're good. Yeah. So it's all about passing KYC. So, but you will lose some of your unverified Pi if your security circle members or referrals haven't passed KYC. Yeah. Because the unverified Pi are the Pi that you get from referrals and security circle members. And so if they don't pass KYC by the 28th, then the 6 month apply, which means all the Pi that are older than 6 months and all the Pi you got from them older than 6 months would be forfeited and therefore disappear. Yeah. So for me, actually, but it will take time for the core team to run that calculation. So I don't expect that on the 1st of March, you will see the number getting smaller, but I expect that it will still take weeks for that to happen. But yeah, so like everything that comes from referrals or security circle members that have not passed KYC will be eventually gone from your account. Yeah. This is also the reason why I will not get 4 million Pi, but maybe 40,000, maybe 100,000 or so, because so many inactive accounts and many of them likely never passed KYC or even tried. Well, oh my God, please keep Trump out of my channel. Yeah. So, yeah, how to move? Just go into your wallet, go to send, and on MEXC, go to deposit, which right now might be paused. So you might have to check in half an hour, and then try again. I've lost passphrases, so how can I get back my passphrase? You cannot. Check out my channel, go to playlists, look for Pi Network, and there in the playlist there's a video that says, forgot your passphrase, what to do now. It explains everything you have to do. Yeah. Again, 100 new message. Tentative KYC issue, unfortunately, you can just wait. Yeah, they will. If all your security circle and your referrals pass KYC, then it's just a matter of time until it will magically turn from unverified to transferable. Yeah, you just have to wait. It's the core team has to run the calculations, but if they pass KYC, you have nothing to worry about. Yeah. What's the difference between Pi Network? It's just perpetual is not the project name. It's about that it can be traded all the time or something like that. Yeah. So it's also confusing for me, but basically if we look to see every coin is mentioned as perpetual, which means you can trade it around the clock. Yeah. So it's a weird way of saying spot trading. By when will the price reach stability? I guess never. We're talking about crypto. There might be some bad news where people start selling more. There might be some good news, like a new app that people want to use, which creates Pi pressure. There might be a listing on Binance, which will probably also get a lot of money into the coin. If the crypto.com exchange, which is also available in the US, would list it, it would get access to US users, which bring money. So stability is something that is not there in cryptocurrencies. Yeah. Supply and demand changes constantly. No, like if you're in the migration queue and you pass KYC, then the only thing that you risk losing is the unverified balance or parts of it, because that depends on your referrals and security circle member. I'm a miner. That's a bit of an issue there. I don't know. We're still waiting for an update from the core team about how the KYC with parental consent will be handled. Price moving down a little bit further, which means we actually will see a little bit more of a dip here. So using Kennedy channel, or not Kennedy channeling technique, but Elliott wave theory, where are the Fibonacci's? Is the stupid magnet active here? So wait, magnet, there we go. So if we use the Fibonacci's, I would right now, and we zoom in again, I would right now expect that we might go down to 130 or 130 to worst case 90 cents. So that looks, using Elliott wave theory, it looks like a three wave move. So A, B, and that's wave C, and wave C would have a minimum target at the 61.8 expansion. So that would be what I right now, based on Elliott wave theory, would expect to happen. And then we should go further up. Yeah, we can also use a regular Fibonacci retracement here. That would need to go, I'm gonna ignore the lowest price here because that was the opening candle. So if we do that, we would expect, yeah, that. So actually here, 120. So from the looks of this might develop in a pattern where we go to 120 before we go further up. Yeah. So that would be the 61.8 retracement level. Yeah. I literally answered that like 30 seconds or a minute ago. So yeah, I'm sorry. Is it a good price to buy right now? That's completely up for you to decide. If you believe it will go up 30, are you a professional trader? I used to be a popular investor on eToro for a couple of years. I gave that up, but I'm still managing my portfolio professionally and quite successfully, or our portfolio. And I have a separate YouTube channel for that. It's called Christian Rauchenwald Popular Investor. I'm live there Monday to Friday, once per day. So feel free to stop by there. Some of my Pi haven't migrated yet. Welcome to the club. Cannot deposit, US, UK, Canada, China. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. I'm sure it's going to take some time for more users to figure out how to deposit. Which also it's not so bad. It means that gradually supply will be added to the exchanges instead of having a bigger initial sell pressure. Tentative just means you have to wait. You might get another liveness check. You might see some get asked for additional information or so. I know it sucks, but all you can do is wait. Yeah.
Do you know how many Pi do you get for validation?
Well, for the validation, you have to consider, every user pays 1 Pi, and that is split among the people that participate in the validation. Yeah. So I don't know how many users are involved in each individual validation, but it's probably at least 3, probably more. So I would think the most you get per validation is 0.33. Yeah. Because again, more people are involved per validation. Yeah. When will Amazon start using crypto? I would expect never. There's no point for them doing it. It just adds an accounting nightmare. And even worse, you know that on Amazon, a lot of products that are sold are not sold by Amazon, but by other vendors. But that other vendor wants to get paid in dollars. So imagine you pay with Bitcoin. So you pay $100 in Bitcoin, but by the time the payment is due for the vendor, those $100 or Bitcoin are only worth 90. There is no benefit for Amazon to accept crypto, just that it adds a huge headache, yeah, in terms of accounting, especially for a business that's active not only in one country, but in multiple countries around the globe. Because obviously the requirements for having crypto on your books as a business in Germany are different from the US, from Canada, from India, from Mexico, from France, and so on. So you sold yours? No, I didn't sell anything. I don't have anything to sell. So how much did you validate? I validated 50 people or so. Yeah, from time to time I remember that I should do it, and then I check the app. But I will not share that, because sharing anything related to validation can just get your account banned. So I know that I could share the screen with the number, but if I mistakenly get onto the wrong screen, I risk getting my entire account banned. So I will not share that. Yeah, I might share a screenshot of that later in the Discord or so, but I will not share it live on stream right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's all you need. Now you just need patience. So congratulations. Just wait for the dip. I mean, you can, if you feel like, so if you want to buy, split it up, why wait for, if you believe it will go lower, then if you want to buy for $100 in total, maybe buy for $25 now. And if it goes lower, buy a little bit more. If it never goes lower, then buy up at whatever with the rest or so. Why is it falling? Supply and demand. People are buying, people are selling, but also there's a psychology to market movement. Yeah. So, but those things I cover on my popular investor channel. Yeah. You can check the link that we shared a gazillion times before already, or you can also just, if you look for Reddit, Pi Network Exchanges, then you will find this. I will share it in the chat. Hopefully you will be able to catch it. So that link to Reddit, there are all the exchanges that announced listing are mentioned. You can also check CoinMarketCap and then there look for Pi Network. Because obviously there you will eventually see all the exchanges that have it listed, including the trading volume. We can see by now that we actually have 330 million in trading volume so far. Really not a bad start. Yeah, so that would be on CoinMarketCap. Which price will I sell? I have no idea. Like it also depends on how many. I really, not just for my own sake, but I really wish for the 30,000 referrals that I have that are not active, that they wake the fuck up and complete their mainnet checklist, complete KYZ, so they don't lose their coins in the next 8 days. Yeah. And the more I get, the less I need to sell. And it also depends, obviously, on the price of Pi and would there be any reason to, I don't need a Lamborghini. We just moved into a nice... we just moved into a nicer apartment. It's rented, but I don't really need to own an apartment. So we have our business. We can pay our bills. We can afford, let's say average vacations, no luxury trips or so. So I don't have a reason to sell. Yeah. So no special price. Really, for me, it's a fluid situation depending how things develop. If it goes lower in price, I have less reason to sell because it would make less of an impact. So if it goes higher in price, then maybe I would here and there sell a little bit or so, but I have no reason to. So yeah. Go to Pi in BitGet. Do we have BitGet open somewhere? I forgot. Yeah, BitGet, there we are. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah. Yeah, true. So we reached the 50% expansion level. So applying Elliott wave theory, which is not exact science on an asset that has like huge volatility, yeah, but visually we would expect that this is a 3-wave corrective move, and that would subdivide into 5 waves, 3 waves, and then 5 waves. And we would have 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, and we should still get another push. Again, minimum target would usually be in such a move the 61.8 expansion level, so the 130 mark here. So I would not be surprised if we get another push down here, maximum till here, but sufficiently would be the 130 level, and then from there we start to see the next upwards movement. This would then make this the first wave, second wave, and then there should be actually a stronger wave, which would coincide with the exchange or with people in the US waking up. Yeah, I don't know. You can wait for a decentralized exchange to add support for Pi. Yeah, like especially, so we live in Germany, so I mostly am familiar what works for me. I cannot answer what works for India or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, we have 11 now. I'm losing my voice. I have a couple live streams later today as well. Don't forget, there's going to be Comment Chaos live on this channel in the afternoon, where we probably will talk more about Pi and other crypto stuff. Before that, if you're curious about trading and investing, just search on YouTube for Christian Rauchenwald, Popular Investor, and you will find my other channel. If you have questions about KYZ, your passphrase, the lockup settings or so, go to the channel and check out the Pi Network playlist. I probably have a video already that answers your question. Don't forget, look for Coinly Pi Network and go and vote here. So we get to 550 votes. And additionally, feel free to use the pinned link to create your own free Coinly account with a locked-in lifetime discount for when you ever need a paid feature. So you can also have a proper portfolio tracker to keep track of your holdings and transactions. So with that said, let's circle here. I would say the 8-ball was right. We asked it earlier this week if the Pi launch will be a success, and it says it is certain, and I think it is actually a good launch, at least for me. I wish you all a pleasant rest of the day. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you hit the subscribe button. If so, don't forget to enable notifications so you get notified about future videos and also about future live streams. And if you want to know what other coins you can mine, other projects I'm using and so on, join the Comment Chaos live later in the afternoon, or jump on our Discord server where we constantly discuss other projects as well. You can literally find all the topics and links mostly on the main page of my YouTube channel or in the description down below. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's been really a blast to have you all here, and thanks for keeping the chat civilized. So have a great rest of the day. Hopefully see you later in another live stream or video or on Discord. Till then, bye-bye.